Hello there, lovely viewers. What is up? Max from Facts and Fiction Studios, yeah, with another video. So, originally, this video was supposed to be the second part of my Storytime animation review, but it became too troublesome to deal with. I won't go into the details, just know that it's dead for now, or maybe forever. I was on YouTube just watching random videos when I came across the original concept for Chicken Little. No, I'm not talking about the European folktale. And no, I am certainly not talking about the World War II propaganda, which, by the way, Disney made at the time. I'm talking about the former concept for 2005's Chicken Little, the version in which Chicken Little wasn't a boy, but a girl. Maybe there are some of you who know about this, and maybe none of you know about it, but I still want to talk about it, so here it is. Apparently, in this version of 2005 Chicken Little, there was no alien invasion. Now, I would admit, I had a form of liking to Chicken Little back when I was a kid. The animation wasn't so bad in my eyes, except for... hard. Keep in mind that this was just kid me that was thinking about it. However, I do remember a faint resentment for Buck Chuck, the father of Chicken Little, because of how he behaved towards his son. I could rant on about him, but there are YouTube channels which have already done a better job at it. Just type the guy's name and you see what I mean for yourself. So, why did I bring this up? Well, it had to do with the original concept. Like I said before, Chicken Little was supposed to be a girl, but I never mentioned what type of girl she was. Apparently, this version of Chicken Little had her as an overreacting, doom and gloomy female chicken who goes to a summer camp in order to build up confidence as well as repair the strained relationship she has with her dad. Yes, Buck Chuck is also in this version. I'll get to him soon. However, it turns out the sheep counselors has been adopted by actual wolves in sheep clothing, with the aim of cooking the innocent kids at the end of a big wolf feast. So it's up to Chicken Little to save the day. There was no aliens, no baseball scene, and no absent motherly figure. Honestly, watching that movie again, I kind of realized just how messy the storyline was. The first half was nearly void of the whole alien invasion. Sure, there was that part about the sky falling, but it never was brought up until the last act of the movie. By then, Chicken Little was already a hero to the town as a result of his victory in that baseball game. So really, with his dad becoming proud of him and the whole town loving him, the story itself had actually reached a conclusion. But then the alien invasion comes out of seemingly nowhere, thus resetting all the progress made in the movie. Sure, Buck never apologized before the invasion, but I feel something else more normal could have fixed that without including aliens. In the original version, the conflict between Chicken Little and her father isn't as bad as we got. At least in that version, Buck doesn't tell his kid that she should just disappear. Yes, he actually said that in the movie. See for yourself.
Doesn't matter. You know why? Because I've got a plan.
Yeah, about that. Well, remember how I told you it would be better for you just to lay low, don't call attention to yourself, right?
Yes, but
see,
how...
it's like a game. Yeah, a game of hide and seek, except the gold is never to be found, ever. Great.
Also, the mother is alive, which is good. Disney has a history of killing off a parent or two for the sake of the plot. Most of the time it works well, but in the case of Chicken Little, that wasn't the case. The original Chicken Little has a mother in the supportive role for Buck, and it's through her interactions with Buck that we get to understand his emotions towards their daughter. Keep in mind that in the actual movie, his interactions with the town just made him more of a character, and in some ways, it becomes the cause for Chicken Little's depression and the town's hatred towards his son. Now take this scene as an example. When Chicken Little is talking about the sky falling, how does Buck respond in front of the whole town? He actually worsens the town's hatred towards his own son, and while I think it's stated that Chicken Little has caused some minor problems before, the town only ended up ganging up on him because his own dad worsened the situation. In the original version, because we have dialogue with his wife, we get to understand him better. He's frustrated, he's confused, he's conflicted over what he has to do as a father, and it's even worse by the fact that most of the time he has to bottle up these feelings for the sake of his daughter. This scene I'm about to show you actually gives more context about his character than the whole movie gave. Let me play it here so you can see what I mean.
She isn't home from school yet.
Thank goodness. I just need a 10-minute lie down. Last night was crazy. Oh,
Chuck,
come on, please.
we need to talk.
We can talk in 11 minutes.
Oh.
Just please, come on, you're a peach, honey.
Our daughter is at a crisis point. She needs to know we love her.
Love her? Love her? Of course I'd love her. She's my baby. Who stayed at her side for those extra 18 days when she was too afraid to peck out of her shell? I did, that's who. This is not about my love for her.
Well, when you get upset like this morning, it's hard to tell.
I had reason to be upset.
Last night I was attacked and thrown down the stairs because I was a space alien coming to put her brain in a blender. The night before, she thought I was a werewolf coming to suck her blood.
Vampire.
What?
A vampire sucks your blood. A werewolf tears you apart limb from limb in an uncontrollable blind rage.
Vampires, werewolves, monsters in the closet, who cares? When that imagination of hers takes over, it's dangerous to be around her.
Shame on you! Great things come from great minds. She'll surprise you someday, you'll see. That imagination of hers is a gift.
A gift I'd like to exchange for one that won't kill me.
Don't you just...
Look, all I want is to have a regular life like everyone else. A regular kid like everyone else. We only got one kid. Why can't she be like everyone else?
And it doesn't stop here. He isn't like the movie's version, who seems insensitive or oblivious to his own child's feelings. Rather, he takes the responsibility as a father to share her up without making it worse. So it's here that we can see that they have a very good relationship despite Chiquilito's flaws. We didn't have to wait for her to win a baseball game in order to get her father's love and affection. So, why didn't we get this version of Chiquilito? Well, it comes down to the time period. Though it was 2005, there was still some stigma of having a female as the main character in a kids movie. At least that's what I got from Disney's then CEO, Michael Eisner, who famously stated, if you're a boy and you're short, you get picked on. Because, girls never get picked on or bullied. That's just for boys, because gender, I guess. To be fair, there was a research which backed this up. I don't know how true that is, but according to the director, he was told that girls will go see a movie with a boy protagonist, but boys won't see a movie with a girl protagonist. Of course, if you're living in the present, you know how untrue that is. Movies such as Frozen and Moana have proven that concept wrong and made more profit to Disney than Chicken Little ever could. I should also mention that there was a lot of pressure for Chicken Little to kick off a new age in Disney. I know that may sound hard to believe, but it's really true. Disney wasn't the powerhouse that it is today. 2D animations were phasing out as 3D animations were becoming more popular. So, as you could expect, Disney needed to adapt to the times before it was too late. So the company kept a close eye on this movie, to the point that they put half of their animation staff through a rigorous 18-month training program. And the result was financially good. Yes, the 3D animation in the movie didn't age well. You can say the same for Jimmy Neutron, but it did teach Disney a lot of lessons for future 3D animations. So, in a way, you can say that Chicken Little saved Disney, despite barely anyone talking about it these days. However, I still would have loved to see the original concept become an actual movie. It sounded more heartfelt than the canon movie, which I should mention took about 2.5 years for the director and the writers to revise the original plot. According to the director, he made this movie because of his 2 daughters, and as you would expect, it shows a lot in the deleted scenes. Maybe this explains why the relationship between boy Chiquilito and Buck is so stressful for the most part. As the producer put it, making the protagonist a boy is like asking him, the director, to make a movie about African natives. So Disney, if by some incredible coincidence you are watching this, I think you should reboot Chicken Little and actually go with the original concept with the director involved. I'm sure it will make some big bucks. And this is where I end this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe and click on that notification bell so you can be up to date with future videos. Oh, and how about you check the videos on your screen right now? Thank you for watching. This has been Max from Facts and Fiction Studios, and I'll see you next time.